Tish here, and I want to talk to you today about the energy of Saturn in Pisces. What does that mean, and what do you need to know right now? Saturn is in Pisces from March of 2023 until 2026. What is Saturn energy? Saturn is a planet that asks us to grow up. It's the planet of reality check. It brings us limitations, delays. It slows us down so that we can reevaluate and step into responsibility, accountability, and maturation. It wants us to grow. It wants us to build structures that serve us well. Saturn forces us to have moderation. Saturn energy can be heavy. It can cause a depression. It can make us feel crushed. But just like a diamond needs pressure to become that precious gem, Saturn is pressuring us to become improved and a better version of ourselves. Saturn energy is the Time Lord. It rules time, this physical reality, and it wants us to create structures that work in this real physical world. Saturn is here to give us strength. It shows us how we can use our strength to become an improved version of ourselves. Saturn transits teach us to take self-responsibility for whatever area of life Saturn is touching in your personal natal chart. It wants us to remove the excess, get rid of what is not helping us become the best version of ourselves. Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. And so for the last 6 years, Saturn has been very comfortable reconstructing, destroying, and rebuilding our systems. And now Saturn has entered Pisces, which is the last sign of the zodiac. That means we are entering the last 3 years of a 30-year cycle. So this is a real conclusion of something that began nearly 30 years ago. Now let's talk about Pisces energy. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It's associated with the planet Neptune, and it rules duality, and it is the sign of dissolving barriers. It is formless. It is the flow of life. It is water. It is mutable water with flowing with life. It's associated with creativity, artistry, with spirituality. It is associated with our connection to source and the divine. Pisces is all about empathy and compassion, feeling into the other. Pisces has no boundaries. It dissolves boundaries. So you can imagine Saturn, this rigid structure, being in this formless, flowing Pisces energy is kind of a shock. It's kind of an awkward combination. Saturn is not comfortable in Pisces. Pisces energy and Neptune energy is also associated with escapism, illusion, fantasy, glamour, magic, dreams. It's the dream world. Also associated with our health and our healing. It's the axis with Virgo, opposite Virgo, of the healer. What kind of energy can we feel with Saturn in Pisces? We want to bring structure. We want to make our dreams real. In Pisces, we can get lost in the dream world, and Saturn is here to really bring that to earth. How are you going to be accountable and take the practical steps to create the reality out of your dreams? Saturn in Pisces is also inviting you to commit with devotion to your spirituality, to find an anchor in the sea, the vastness of the ocean, to find your solid base, to really Commit to your spiritual practice daily, making it real. Are you walking your talk? Are you living what you preach? Saturn in Pisces is asking us to get serious about our spirituality, about our connection with the divine. What do you need to do on the daily, on the weekly, to have that connection with the divine? We are half divine humans, half humans. So we really have to bring that to earth. The age of Pisces, which is in the midst of disintegrating as we move into the age of Aquarius, we will be leaving behind this deep desire to escape this reality. We have grown up in a world where we want to escape the difficulties of the world. We wanted to dissolve ourselves into a guru, someone who knew more than us. We wanted to dissolve ourselves into drugs and alcohol or any kind of addictive behavior that would let us to leave our physical world. We wanted to drown ourselves in the silence and the isolation of a spiritual practice, where in the past we would go into caves and would meditate for an entire life. We no longer live in that world. So we are being asked to bring the magic to reality. What do you need to do to be in touch with that divinity, which is your birthright? All humans on earth have a birthright of divinity. And at this moment in time, we are in a crisis of consciousness worldwide. And it is up to each and every single one of us to make a commitment to our connection with our divinity, to the connection to everything. The we are one, a connection to the sacred geometry of the entire web of life. We are all one piece of a magnificent diamond. Each one of us has a unique perspective and facet and experience of life. And each one of us has the opportunity to be conscious of our connection to the whole. Shadows to be aware of with Pisces energy is heavy escapism, a huge desire to escape this challenging world we live in. As the old system is crumbling, we may feel we really want to escape into drugs, alcohol, addictions of all kinds. Because it is hard to handle living here on earth. It is hard to handle the emotions, the pain, the frustration, the anger, the crisis, the war, all that's happening on earth. So we need to be aware that at this time we are being tested. And although we can dabble in escapism, in pleasure, there is a sensual pleasure in indulging. However, if we go too far off the edge, we can really lose touch with our center, and we can lose touch with why we're here. It's time to learn how to listen to yourself. This energy is asking you to commit to getting to know yourself and understanding that voice within. We are moving away from the age of gurus. We're moving away from blindly believing in faith, in religions telling us how we should be. We are moving into an age of unique, authentic, sovereign autonomy. Each one of us has the capacity to go within, to develop a relationship with oneself that will allow you to know what is true for you. There is major uncertainty in the world right now. There is chaos, there is darkness, and this Saturn and Pisces energy can also make us feel hopeless, can make us feel lost, can make us feel confused. Pisces is confusion. And so we're being asked to ground ourselves in our center, to find ourselves. We are our own anchor. Let us find that strength within. Let us dedicate ourselves to learning techniques and practices, shamanism, Reiki, healing, trauma work, shadow work, yoga, meditation, whatever it is that you do to connect with yourself, your essence, and the divine. We're being asked now to commit to these practices. What may be revealed at this time in our world, in our collective, is illusions and fantasies. We are realizing that things we believed in may not be as innocent, may not be as truthful as we once believed. We're beginning to see through the cracks. We are beginning to see the manipulation behind the scenes, which is also part of the age of Pisces. It's the powerful controlling the innocent. It is blindly following an authority. And so we are being shown all kinds of ways that the world is not working. Saturn in Pisces is also asking us to rest when we need to rest, to listen to our bodies, to take it a bit slower. Saturn makes things slowly come into form. So we are in the process of a 3-year transformation right now. Give yourself time. Saturn energy improves us with time. It's like a fine wine. It matures with age. The best way to work with this energy right now is to really sit down and contemplate what has come to your attention in the last several months, since March and even since June. What are you aware of that needs revision, that needs improvement, that needs more structure, routine, day-to-day, working it out in the areas of your spirituality, your connection with the divine, your practices, your health. This is a major moment of deep healing. Take your health seriously. If there is something that has come to your attention, now is the time to take action, to commit to improving whatever health obstacles you've had. And this could be as simple as working out, eating better, resting deeper, sleeping more. Whatever you need to do as we enter the season of darkness, it's a perfect time to listen to your body, to learn to listen to your body. Where do you need healing? Where do you need attention? It's also a time to commit to your artistry, to your creativity, to allowing yourself to flow. What connects you to that expression within you, that unique expression? What wants to come through you? I believe this is the beginning of the age of the thriving artist. In the future, we will appreciate art on an even deeper level. So to all of us artists, it's time to really commit to your work. Commit to expressing your truth and your voice and going through that emotional release and creating something beautiful. Creating something that helps you embody who you are here to be. Saturn is in Pisces until May 24th of 2025. And then it will retrograde back in August until February 13th, 2026. So we really do have the next 3 years, more or less, to work with this energy. So I would suggest that you take some time to contemplate what Pisces areas of life do you need improvement? Do you need to commit to? Are you ready to devote yourself? Are you ready to dedicate those 10,000 hours of mastery? It's about patience. Saturn teaches patience. Saturn has just stationed direct in Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces, meaning now is the time to really, go for it, to make that start. Perhaps we had these ideas of how we could commit seriously to our health, to our healing, to our spirituality, to our creativity, but now is the time to really put those structures in place. With it direct, we have an energy that pushes us forward. But remember, this is a process that takes time. So be patient, be gentle, be empathetic, be compassionate with yourself. Pisces can also be an energy of masochism, sacrificing oneself, the martyr. This energy is asking us to put our boundaries in place, to say no to what we know is not right for our energy at this time. To really stand up and say, this is what I need every day to be well. Look on your personal natal chart to find 0 to 7 degrees of Pisces. That is where you're being called to really step into this commitment and devotion. And likewise, if you have 0 to 7 degrees of Virgo, 0 to 7 degrees of Gemini, or 0 to 7 degrees of Sagittarius, all the mutable signs are being very specifically hit. So check out your map if you have something, a planet, or a point in those areas, and those are being really triggered right now for the rest of the year. It's also important to note that Neptune is in Pisces at the exact same time. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, along with Jupiter, who is right now in Taurus. So Neptune in Pisces is very strong energy, and it's an energy of fantasy, illusion, deception. It's an energy of creativity, of spirituality. So it's making this moment even more intensely focused in our Pisces areas of life. I do private readings and I guide people to work through their limitations and to really embody their unique, sovereign, authentic brilliance, whether that be through astrology, human design, creative self-expression, Reiki. I can assist you align with your desires and your destiny. I wish you a beautiful transit, and I will be back soon with more astrology and energy. Take care. Beijinhos from Madeira with love.